Right, guys, back with another video. Today's video is going to be a recap from the week of 26th, Monday the 26th until Friday the 1st. I did try making this video last night, but I decided I wanted to try and make it today instead. Just seemed like one of the videos where I want to sort of get a bit more of a time away to really talk about it properly and think about the week properly. Obviously, today's Saturday. The week was decent. It was a good P&L week, definitely, but it was not a really good week for me. Discipline and what's the best word for it? Discipline and what's the best word? I'd say more discipline and structure wise. I feel like and sticking to things. I think for me this week, I really didn't trade my best, but I also traded well enough where I could have come away with profit, definitely good profit still, but because of the way I traded, I come away with more profit than I probably deserved. The best way. That's the way I think about it. Yesterday I did think about it a very negative way, but I think I need to take a bit of positive out of it as well because I think to me last week was not a bad week in a lot of ways. Last week on the Wednesday specifically, I normally would have come away with a big loss or 3k on the day. I only came away with 400. To me, that is a massive improvement on where I was before. Whether that's something that is a good thing or not, I didn't come away with a massive loss. For me, that's huge. I love the fact I didn't come away with a massive loss. I am over the moon that I didn't come away with a massive loss. Um, Coming away with a red day would have been not a red day. Coming away with a 3k red day would have been horrible. I think that's the issue with me. Is I really struggle sometimes not to sit there and take these massive losing days. Sometimes I really struggle with not just taking massive losing days when I do lose. And this week I really made sure I didn't get that to happen. My green days were fine. I'll get talked through them day by day, but my green days were all fine, and I ended up coming out on the week very, very nicely in profit. I'll have a screenshot of the Top Step dashboard at the end of the video, but as you guys will see throughout the video, there'll be clips playing in the background. Um, I didn't get every single trade. That's the one thing that I did a bit stupid. I forgot to press record or stop the record and forgot to reopen it or whatever. But it was all about so Monday didn't have the account, so I didn't trade. Tuesday was a good day. 3 trades. Probably should have cut it at 2, but 3's fine. It wasn't too bad. The first one was the red one, which I killed manually. Second one was a quick trade, which I just had my take profit in a smart place, a sensible place that made sense. Waited a little bit between the first and second trade, and that was it. And third trade was just a sort of, all right, I feel like we're going to redo this, and took another stab at it, took another $150 off, and it walked because I didn't really like the way the market was feeling. Plain and simple, nothing too major about it. Happy with it. Nothing really much to it. Good day for me. Wednesday was one of these days where I think I sort of not panicked, but I think I was too over the top. This sort of worrying about, okay, I've got to have my stop in this specific spot for no reason. Like I feel like I got not stopped out for no reason because I don't think I did get stopped out for no reason. I think I got stopped out at a point that made sense to get stopped out. The issue is I then revenge traded, lost another $300, which put me in a position where, well, my realistic what should have been my second trade, I was a bit scared of taking because I was a bit scared that this is going to run and run and run and run and run, and I'm going to lose too much money. So then when it did start coming in my favour, I was already down $700 on the day. I wanted to lock in some profit, and so trusting what I was thinking and trusting the way I was coming into the trade, where if I just trusted what I was doing and didn't scale up, because I scaled up to 3, if I just skipped to 2, didn't take the second trade, and did that trade, I would have been absolutely fine. I would have took nice profit, very nice profit on the day. That's just a plain and simple way of putting it. Sometimes I've just got to let a trade run a bit. Sometimes it's got to be not got to be a position where I don't I am too scared to lose too much money where I'm sort of sat there. Like sometimes I just need to let a trade run a bit. Maybe I'll go down 20 points, but that's going to happen sometimes. It's not the end of the world to go down 20 points. 20 points on $800 with the amount of contracts I trade. I can survive an $800 loss day. You know what I mean? Like, would it be nice? No, but it would be definitely manageable and definitely survivable. It's one of them as well where I think what I should have done in an ideal world, and what I'll hopefully do next time is, once I get stopped out of that first trade, wait. Just don't enter another trade until I get a reason to enter a trade, because I feel like I entered long to try and capitalize, got stopped out, or manually killed it. We went up anyway, got pissed off, and then entered short at a point where we didn't really make sense to enter short. Yeah, I feel like I should have been entering long either way. Not long. I shouldn't have been entered either way. Yeah, I should have been waiting until we get some sort of confirmation that, all right, we're going to be coming down here. Then obviously the trade did work out. Would have got full TP, whatever I wanted on the day. I could have let that trade run all day if I really wanted to. But at the end of the day, I didn't kill myself with a bad day, and I'm not going to read the market perfectly every day. I'm not going to sit there and get the perfect trade every day. Where losing $400, $450 on a day is absolutely fine. Like, that's going to happen. Just one of them. We'll move into Thursday. Thursday was also a brilliant day at the start. 10 points, clean 10 points. Should have walked away and not done anything else. And then there's a reason why there's no clip of this. I was on my phone. My girlfriend was trading at the same time, or when she went on to trade her Express funded account. I came up and sat in the computer room behind her, and I saw the market and I thought, oh, this looks all right. I'm going to take this. And I'm on my phone, and I'm not really fully paying attention as much as I should be, so I took a trade, and then I had to sit there and soak up 20 points of drawdown for $100 of profit. It's just not worth it. Not worth it at all. As soon as I got green, I said to myself, I'm killing this, because I don't want to sit there and let this run up and then run back down on me or anything like that, or anything like that. I just want to take off, get out, enjoy the rest of the day, not let it be a mistake that I make again, which now we'll go to Friday. I did make the same mistake again. I tried to do the exact same thing. I made a really nice, not a really nice trade. It wasn't a really nice trade. It was maybe a little bit of a, I think it would have been a really nice trade had I got my initial entry I wanted. I wanted the entry at 78 and I got 82 or 3. Had I took 78, this would have been a perfect trade and I'll be over the moon happy with this. The difference is I didn't do that. I took the entry because I thought we were going to go at 83. So 5 points up, I think. 82, 83, 1, 2, yeah, 4 or 5 points up. Which meant that when it went down, instead of only taking 10 to 15 points of drawdown, I took 20 points of drawdown, 15 to 20 point drawdown. So I was sort of sat there panicking at this point. Not panicking is not the right word. I was getting a bit nervous, but I sat there. I literally got up and walked away from the computer for a minute, and I decided to go get a drink, and think, you know what? I know this trade's going to work. I know what's happening. I know what my plan is. It's not that I know it's going to work, but I'm sticking to my plan. If I come back up and we've moved lower, I know where I'm going to get out of the trade no matter what. I've got to let this trade run, because if I sit here and kill this trade and lose all this money and then also does listen to myself, I'm going to be more upset with myself because I didn't listen to my trade. Now, my entry was not the best. Definitely not the best. That's the biggest thing there. My entry was not very good at all. I should have waited for a bigger pullback. But I was content enough to take the trade. I don't think it was a bad point, because I thought we might bounce off the pivot and go up. Now, I had to hold the trade a lot because of the fall through we had with the ES. ES did get below the pivot point, which I thought we were going to hold. But it was one of them where I did think we were still going to come back up. I didn't think we were going to rally down now for the rest of the day or something like that. I did think we would come back up. I know how much drawdown I've got. I know how I can survive a trade, and that's what I did. I let the trade run. Now, the only thing I will say is I probably got a little bit Friday, just want to take it off now because I was green. I think on a Thursday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Monday even, I probably would let that trade run a bit more and probably took another 10, maybe 20 points out of it. And I would have been sat there with myself up over $1,000 on that day, and I would have been very happy with it. Didn't happen at all. Obviously, as well, if I got a better entry, I instantly would have been up another $250 probably. So $200, sorry. So that also would have put me in a position where I think me letting that trade run up another 5 points and getting the better entry would have been another 10 points. Would have been up for $1,000 right there in itself. It wasn't a horrible trading day until I took the second trade, which then was a horrible trading day, because not only did I take a second trade, which I didn't need to take on a Friday, when I've just killed my trade that I knew was a good trade, to lock in profit so that I can say it's a good Friday, because to me, the worst feeling is taking a red Friday. I don't mind Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but Fridays really suck when you have a red Friday. Now, my goal in the future, and from hopefully this week onwards, I will size back on Fridays and only trade one lot. It's just one of them where for me, I don't like. I'll take it week by week and see how I feel, but I like managing my risk a lot more on Fridays. I like taking smaller because especially if I had a good week. If it's one of them where if I've had a really nice green week and I'm up $1,500, $2,000 on the week already, I'm gonna size back on Friday no matter what. Because if I have a red trade, fine, it's a red trade, but it's a small red trade, I can live with it. If I have a green trade, of course, it's now nice, it adds a little bit more onto it, but that's just sort of the situation I feel like I'm gonna want to put myself into. Now I'm not doing it right now. I might do it next week. I'll just see and take it week by week. Some weeks, if I'm only break even on the week, I probably will trade Friday full size no matter what. But if I'm up or I sort of don't feel like I'm really trading my best, I'll size back to one lot. That's the way I'm going to look at it. Same with any other day, really. But that's the way I'm going to look at it from this week forwards. Had I not taken that second trade, I would have been very happy with the day. Very, very happy with the day, like definitely. The second trade, as I said, I took a trade, started pulling back, added a third lot, which I shouldn't have done in any way. Obviously, adding the third lot made it where I got out for a decent amount of profit still. I mean, not a decent amount, right? It was horrible profit, only $200 on the trade that I took $1,000, $1,200 drawdown. Was terrible. But it's one of them where if I had maybe not added that contract, I think I might have been more willing to hold that trade a little bit longer and let it play out the way I wanted it to, because obviously it would have meant that I was risking less again. But, sometimes that's just the way it goes. Had I obviously, in hindsight now, held that trade, I would have ended up, I'd held that trade all day and probably gone up $6,000, $7,000 on the day. But I'm not upset that I didn't hold it. I'm happy that I held it. I'm happy that I didn't hold it, sorry, and took my profit and walked. It gave me a really nice Friday, P&L wise, and it meant the week was a really nice week. My goal for next week is going to be get on, take my profits, and that's it. Or if I have a losing trade, take the losing trade and go, because I'm not going to sit there and let these trades run up and down, not run up and down, but do what I don't want them to do. This week should have been a lot cleaner of a week, but it's all learning. The P&L I was still very good, but in some ways I'm happy, some ways I'm not, because if I'd have lost money this week, I would have been a lot more like, fuck, okay, I've got to do this for next week, otherwise I will lose money next week. So obviously I got lucky this week in certain ways. Not lucky, but I think I got bailed out with a bit of sort of stroke of luck and a bit of like deluded confidence in some ways, because I did let trades run a bit more and take the P&L loss drawdown in trades that probably should have been losers. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here. In the background, obviously, you've seen all the clips, or they'll be still playing as this video is still going. Towards the end of the video, whether that's just been now or is in a few minutes or so, you'll see the P&L week. And obviously the title save, we're up, I think $1,043, I believe, something like that, 50, something like that, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here. If you guys did enjoy the video, please comment, like, subscribe, and all being well, I'll be back either next week early or some point in the week or next weekend. We'll see. All right, I'll see you guys next week at some point. See you.